Hello and welcome all you softball fans for another installment of YSN Live Softball. We are here at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina at the Sports Complex here in North Myrtle Beach for this edition of YSN Live Softball. The Austintown Fitch Falcons, one of four YSN Live Softball teams down here participating in games over the course of spring break. Their first opponent, the Anderson County Bearcats from Kentucky. Ayla Ray steps into the box. She's going to be swinging first. As the pitcher today, Jenna Beasley for the Bearcats, lefty, and a lefty-lefty matchup to lead things off. First pitch, it's a strike to Ray, 0-1. Falcons coming in with a record of 6-0. Bearcats 5-2 on the campaign. Beasley kicks, fires, and Ray chops it foul, first base side, 0-2. Falcons, last game coming against the Boardman Spartans on the road. Been out of action for a little bit of time between hacks and pitches thrown in live game competitions concerned. Anderson County, Kentucky. The Bearcats, like I said, 5-2 on the season, won their first 4 games of the season. Ayla Ray skies one out to center, and it is taken care of promptly for today's first out, one away. Take a look at that Falcon lineup. It goes Ayla Ray, Caitlin Mitchell, Sydney Watts, McKenna Hogan, Kylie Folkwine, followed then by Sam Severn, Abby Toth, Tina Montgomery, and rounding things out, Maddie Butis. Caitlin Mitchell now to step in. First pitch strike, and a nice job this time by Beasley. First time through the order, finding the strike zone early and often. Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, the town the Bearcats are out of from Anderson County. And the Falcons haven't seen a ton of left-handed competition, but the lefties are one thing that, you want to get experience on, and Falcons are, the softball team's looking for that, as many experiences, so that way there's nothing unique to them when it comes to tournament time. You want to be kind of prepared and ready for anything that could step in your way. That one runs outside, 1-2. That one chopper to short, gloved field, strong throw across the diamond's going to retire Mitchell. And there's 2 away here in the top of the first. It's going to bring up Sydney Watts. Falcons acting as the away team. Both teams donning a navy color scheme uniform, though. Falcons with the white numbering and red trim. Same thing with the Bearcats. A little bit more red trim, though, on the Bearcat cuts. Anderson runs across the chest of the unis for the Bearcats. Falcons, the block Fitch. First pitch strike to Watts, 0-1. Down low for a ball from Shelby Lewis, 1-1. As Jenna Beasley was slated to start this game, actually a late game substitution. They went from Jenna Beasley, that was in the circle, at least according to Game Changer. We changed that over to Shelby Lewis. Count now, 1, 2-1. As for the Falcons here in 8 a.m. South Carolina, here in Myrtle Beach, and temperature a little bit warmer than what we're used to back home, but the early morning briskness definitely still a factor, as Watts skies one out to center, settling under it and making the play out in center field. And the Falcons go 1-2-3 here to start the game. As nice pitching to start from Shelby Lewis gets us through the top half of the first. We see now the Bearcats bats after this on ysnlive.com.
News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the first inning as we get a first look at the Bearcat bats. Leading things off is going to be Jenna Beasley for the Bearcats, as we'll take our first look at Sydney Watts in the circle here against Anderson County's own. First pitch from Watts tips off the glove of Hogan. 1-0 to start. Falcons coming in, like we said, 6-0. 2 wins against Howland, 2 against Boardman, 1 against Aurora, and 1 against Menor. The 1-0 from Watts. And that one missing as well. Getting off ahead, 2-0 to start is Beasley. Trying to find the command here early on is Watts. Falcons on a dirt infield too. Haven't had the luxury of playing on too many of them, as the first one they got a chance was against the Boardman softball team. 3-0 now to start, as Beasley looks to be a leadoff base runner for the Bearcats. Watts ready, the 3-0. Runs that inside. A 4-pitch walk to start for the Bearcats. And something brewing. Brings up Lacey Osborne. As Lacey Osborne awaits. That one's inside. Couple misses here early on for Watts as she struggles to find the zone. Watts, patient in that approach, settled herself down, found the zone, the count evens. Osborne swinging from the right-handed side. A lot of players here on Anderson County's side of things donning the hoodies too, and I can't blame them. Sun is shining on the field, but do not let that deceive you. A brisk wind chill has cooled it down early on. Falcons all donning the sleeves underneath the jersey, showing bunt, pulling it back. It's a ball, 2-1. Falcons defensively line up Abby Toth at first, Caitlin Mitchell's at second, Ayla Ray at short, Tina Montgomery at third. Then in the outfield, Kylie Folkwine in center, Ashley McLean's in left, Maddie Butis in right, and behind the plate is McKenna Hogan. Time called in the box, and Lacey Osborne recomposes herself, ready, the 2-1. Shows bunt again and running it inside. As Watts takes a lap around the circle, a 3-1 count to start. And the Bearcats trying to get a couple ducks on the pond to lead things off here in the bottom of the first. The 3-1. Showed bunt, pulled it back once again. Back-to-back walks for the Bearcats. And 8 balls in the first 9 pitches. And it's going to draw a little bit of a conversation in the circle. And on top of just excitement, maybe a little bit of nerves, you got to figure that these kids have had a great weekend too. A little tired, 8 in the morning. They are high schoolers. And on top of that, it is cold too. So you're battling those cool conditions as well. Obviously no excuses for any of these kids, and they'll all tell you that too. They know the mantra, but there's plenty of factors at play here in the early morning at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Swinging from the left side now to switching things around, Shelby Lewis in a pitcher-pitcher matchup. And that first pitch, no call, 1-0. Runners at first and second, nobody out for the Bearcats. The 1-0. That one a called strike and getting the outer edge. Seems like Watts has been searching for that outside edge, inside to the right-handed hitters, outside to the lefties. Got the call on the outer third. It's a 1-1 count. That one runs too far outside, and 2-1 the count now. Some outfield grass could strike first on the scoreboard for the Bearcats. Lewis steps back in the box. She's ready. Watts is ready. The 2-1. That one a called strike, and Watts evens the count, 2-2. Infield, playing it straight up. Same with the outfield defensively. Lewis ready, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, went right at it, got the strikeout, and a big first out for the Falcons here in the bottom of the first. One away, and the cleanup slugger coming up for the Bearcats and Liliana Mefford. And now finding the zone is Watts, and continuing to attack. It's 0-1 to start on Mefford. Watts walking the first 2 in the inning. Came back to strike out Shelby Lewis. 0-1 to start now on Mefford. Ran it low, a little bit too low. It's a ball. No chase from Mefford, leads it in the dirt as the right-handed bat. Checking the call from her third base coach. She's ready. The 1-1. That one inside for the strike. McKenna Hogan throws down to third and guns the lead off runner. Oh my goodness. Lead runner once again tries to run on McKenna Hogan, and once again does not work out for him. 3 for 3 in throwing out runners this season. Base running behind the leadoff bat for the Bearcats and Beasley. Osborne able to make it to second as Beasley thrown out at third. But there's now 2 away and a 1-2 count. 2-2 count. That one runs high and outside for Mefford. So from 1 out to 2 outs, McKenna Hogan helps out her pitcher, gunning out a would-be base stealer at third. And the Falcons 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Swing and a miss, and Sydney Watts delivers it. 2 strikeouts for Watts. Beautiful fielding from McKenna Hogan in the bottom of the first. And the Falcons answer with a scoreless frame of their own. It's 0-0 after 1. We go to the top half of the second after this on ysnlive.com.
It's storm season,
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
and Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air,
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
online,
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
on social media, and on our app.
More pockets of rain as we go throughout our
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com or find us on Facebook.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the top half of the second inning. 4-5-6 due in the Falcons' order as they try to crack the code of the lefty Shelby Lewis in the circle. It's going to be McKenna Hogan, Kylie Folkwine, and Sammy Severn due up in this half of the inning. As Hogan, been one of the most clutch bats on the Falcons team as far as delivering with runners in scoring position, bringing home RBI on the season. But in this situation, going to look to just get some ducks on the pond, being the leadoff bat here in the second. Clean first inning by Lewis, forcing the Falcons to put it in play. Couple flyouts, couple groundouts. And it can allow a pitcher to get really into some sort of groove. As Lewis, the lefty, oh, what a nice pitch. She brought that from the outside, broke it right back in, 1-2. The unique perspectives you get on these pitchers, too, from different parts you sit in the ballpark, whether you're sitting in center field behind the plate, first, third base side. Watching them work, and it's a unique look everywhere you see, but when you're right behind the plate, you get that full, unadulterated look of what this softball does when it's released from the hand 45 feet away. And boy, oh boy, there is some nasty breaks on some of these pitches. At 2-2, chopped into the Falcons softball dugout. Falcons effectively determined to be the loudest softball team here in Myrtle Beach tonight. Funny story, walking into the ballpark, immediately hearing the cawing, screeching of what can only be described as a large bird, as McKenna Hogan able to get a base hit to lead things off. First hit for the Falcons, and McKenna Hogan just keeps finding ways to contribute offensively. And the cleanup hitter gets a duck on the pond to start for Kylie Folkwine. But what can only be described as a cawing of some sort walking into the sports complex. There's about 7 or 8 softball teams that are already here you know which one was the loudest one walking into the ballpark, as, quite frankly, not too hard to find out where the Austintown Fitch Falcons play on one of these 6 fields here. Situated actually over on field 1 are the Falcons, as Kylie Folkwine, going to start calling her the geologist, steps in swinging from the right-handed side. Base runner at first is Rachel Spalding, as she takes over running duties for McKenna Hogan. Runs low for a ball, 1-0. Lewis looks over at the runner at first. First baseman Hahn fighting the sun a little bit. Runs it up high and a bit too high to the freshman Folkwine, who gets ahead in the count, 2-0. Ready, set, from the circle, Lewis fires, and Folkwine, oh, nice grab at third, toss to second, gets the lead runner, does McGregor, as McGregor makes a nice backhanded stop at the third base side. Lead runner retired, there's one away. Hard contact by Folkwine, tried to run it down that third base side, and effectively gets a fist bump from third base coach Steve Ward. Appreciates good softball when the Falcons head coach sees it. And heck of a play by McGregor to stop that one. As it goes down the line, you're talking extra bases, it kicks off the glove, and you're talking about a sticky situation for Lewis in the circle. Sammy Severn, bat starting to heat up for lucky number 7 as 0-1 starts. The nice bunt laid down first base side, bobbling it, but throw to first to get the out. Throw down to third, not in time. Sliding in safely is Folkwine. Over across the bag. She's in there at third, from first to third on the infield. Tapper down the first base line from Severn. Hahn able to grab it, retire. Severn on the throw to Glass, covering the bag at first from her second base position. But Folkwine now 60 feet away, but there are 2 down here in the top of the second inning. As Abby Toth takes a first pitch ball, 1-0. You want to talk about a bat that's been heating up? Look no further than Abby Toth. Crushing it, doubles and home runs galore. Been an extra base hit machine. An RBI machine as of late, too. 1-0. It's a ball as well. 2-0 to Toth. If Toth's to reach, Tina Montgomery awaits in the on-deck circle. Lewis gets her call. The 2-0. Hit into the hole and another RBI. Abby Toth delivers once again. RBI single. And the Falcons strike first here in Myrtle. And now Tina Montgomery with Abby Toth at first, trying to keep it alive. Montgomery takes that first pitch. It's a bit high for a ball, 1-0. Peeking over into the first base dugout as Lewis to get the call. She's got it. That one delivered for a strike, outer edge. Count evens. Sun starting to become a factor, especially on the right side of the infield and outfield, as shining just over top. Montgomery tries to go up the middle. It's a slow roller to short. Glove field overthrown that time by Osborne to the first base side. Toth heads up base running, gets to third, and runners now at the corners, still 2 down. And Maddie Butis trying to turn it over to the top as Ayla Ray back in the on-deck circle. Maddie Butis showed bunt. She pulled it back, but a called strike by the home plate umpire, 0-1. Butis, chance to extend the Falcon lead, standing at 1-0. She takes all the way. Back-to-back pitches, back-to-back strikes from Lewis. Trying to retire Butis at the plate to avoid any further damage from being done against the Bearcats. The lefty is ready, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Shelby Lewis to strand runners at the corners. But it is Abby Toth that gets the Falcons on the board. An RBI single gets Fitch up 1-0 as it plates the first run of this game. Austintown Fitch 1. The Anderson County Bearcats 0. We go to the Bearcats half of the inning after this.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Your culinary adventure awaits at Legends Food and Drink. Experience a welcoming ambiance while you explore our appetizing menu featuring over 20 meals under $20 and over 30 lunches for $12 or less. Our private dining room seat between 10 and 20 at no additional cost. And don't forget our spacious 35-seat bar for your favorite sporting event. Book your special occasion in our elegant banquet room that seats up to 150 comfortably. Legends Food and Drink, a taste you'll remember. Market Street and Route 224 in Boardman.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the bottom of the second inning as the Falcons playing from in front for the first time here in this game as the Falcons defense looks to slam the door, get the offense right back out there. In the first, Watts struggled a bit with her command as able to ring up a strikeout after issuing the first two free passes of the game to the first two batters of the game. McKenna Hogan also threw out a base stealer at third to get the second out. Watts struck out the next batter to get out of the inning. 1-1 the count to Baum. As Ella Baum, the 1-1 offering in the dirt and went fishing 1-2. That one inside it goes as Watts lost the handle on it. 2-2. Left side of that plate effectively is where Sid has been trying to attack, trying to get that inner edge on the righties. Keep them frozen. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Sydney Watts here in this game as leadoff batter Baum is retired. one away. So that's going to bring up now Audra Hunter, as going to get her first looks at Sid. Falcons scoring off of an Abby Toth RBI single in the second inning. All the runs that we have in this one, as Lewis able to get out of the jam without any further damage, getting the strikeout of Butis to leave runners at the corners. And that one tips off of McKenna Hogan's face mask and into the fencing. McKenna's all good. Everyone's good around the ballpark. Going to give her a few seconds to take a walk it off a little bit. 1-1 the count. Falcons in action every single day during the week, Monday through Friday schedule, with times ranging from 8 a.m. all the way to 12 p.m. their latest start. Called strike, inner edge, 1-2. Faith McGregor made a heck of a play at third to rob a would-be base hit from Kylie Folkwine, but gets retired on the strikeout there. 2 away now here in the bottom of the second. Strikeout number 4 for Sydney Watts. Now, trying to just get something going with 2 outs is going to be Maddie Hahn. And a first pitch strike delivered by Sydney Watts. And Watts, ever since struggling with that command, she's really picked it up. Strike to ball ratio, much, much better here in the second inning. And she's effectively finding that inside edge, and she is just peppering it. 0-2 to count now to Hahn. Watts deals 5 for number 5. Strikeout number 5 for Watts. McKenna Hogan throws down to Toth to complete it. As 1, 2, 3 go the Bearcats here in the bottom of the second. Austintown Fitch still leads it 1-0. We're through 2 innings of play here from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina at the North Myrtle Beach Sports Complex. We'll be back with the start of the third inning. Ty Bartell, ysnlive.com, right after this.
HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Commercial or residential, 24/7. Call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
Top of the third inning, top of the Falcon order. Ayla Ray to lead things off against Shelby Lewis. As Lewis is pitched to Ray. Ray hits it right center field. Little bit of convergence out in the outfield, but able to make the catch are the Bearcats for the first out, as Ayla Ray had him thinking about it for the time being, but a nice play in the outfield. And honestly, when you're battling that sun, especially in right field, it can be dangerous as far as that. Good job by both the center fielder and right fielder for the Bearcats, and Beasley and Baum calling each other off, making the call to get the play done. First out. Caitlin Mitchell swings and misses at the first offering from Lewis, 0-1. Lewis. Pitch to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to pull it down that left field line, but it just drops as Hunter trying to flag it down in left field. It goes foul. Dimensions here at the complex. 205 down that left field line, but you got a fence that stands, I would say, close to 12, maybe 15 feet on the left field side. Right field down the line, it's 225 down right, and it's also 225 to straightaway dead center. So deep ballpark all the way around. The short spot is down left field line for the righties, but you got to get it over that wall. And a first pitch was fouled back over to that left field line and just dropped in front of that big fence, and that was where Hunter had to play it off of almost a bounce. Couldn't really make the play because it converges into that coffin corner of fencing in left. Again, Mitchell trying to pull it, but got too much pull on it. And back to the fencing near the home plate area it goes. Count will stay 1-2. Lewis will love a clean 1-2-3 inning through the top of the order. Second time through the order. Lewis is facing now right to it on a line to Osborne as Mitchell makes good contact. Osborne in perfect position. Heads up play by the shortstop. There's two away here in the top of the third. Sydney Watts hit her first home run against the Boardman Spartans at Boardman on this season. Double-digit home run hitter a year ago and was the team leader. First pitch, it's a strike, 0-1. Early in the season, Falcon freshmen have been supplying a lot of the power for Austintown as Watts smacks that one out to center. Oh, she hit some trees on the way down. Big fly for Sydney Watts, and it's 2-0 Austintown. Get ready for the shockwave on the stomp at home plate. Send everyone to the ground. No, we don't got the shockwave anymore. We got the go Sid chant as Sydney Watts hits her second home run of the season. And boy, oh boy, she took that to the deep part of the ballpark. 225, straightaway dead center. And when you can hear, if you at home heard that, the smack off of that bat, and it was almost a no-doubter, too. That one had just some carry, and it took a tree branch out with it. 2-0 Austintown. First pitch, a ball to McKenna Hogan. Hogan got things rolling for Fitch with the base hit in that second inning. One out inside. Hogan takes 2-0. Lewis now through 40 pitches now through these 3 innings of work. Big 2-out, big fly by Sydney Watts here in this top of the third. That has made it a 2-0 lead in favor of Austintown, doubling their advantage. Lewis going to try to find some combination to get Hogan out. Hogan in a very favorable situation, 3-0. Taking all the way, and it was a nice pitch by Lewis, finding the outer edge for a strike, 3-1. Pitch so nice, she's able to command it. It might be a case where you throw it twice. In this situation, the hitters count 3-1. Tried to go right back to it. Got the call. It's 3-2. Count runs full. Lewis ready. Gets her call. And time going to be called by Hogan. And Lewis trying to get the same call to her catcher, Mefford. They're on the same page. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Lewis going up the ladder, forcing the chase and getting the third out of the inning. Sydney Watts provides some maximum wattage and electricity to the Falcons offense with a big fly to center. It's 2-0 Austintown going to the bottom of the third. Bearcats bats coming back up after this.
You can see these players, get to know these names, get to know these coaches at a more personal level than truly you ever did before. And I think YSN has been a big influential factor in bringing us that level of personal connection that we haven't seen any other company truly be able to do. If my legacy goes down as being the voice of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, I can hang my hat on that and be proud of it at the end of the day. My name is Ty Bartell, and my sports network is your sports network.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Of course, we thank our friends like WFMJ for being proud sponsors each and every sports season for us here at Your Sports Network. And if you want to also become a sponsor, we like to remind you could find our advertising page at ysnlive.com/advertise to find the package that best fits you and your company. First pitch from Watts in this inning, they say no go around, and it's a ball, 1-0. Leading things off for the Bearcats, it's Molly Woolridge. And that one hit out center field, and it's over the head of Folkwine, who was trying to make the play out in center. Looked to backhand it. It dropped just in front of Folkwine, and making the turn is Molly Woolridge. Turning and burning to second. Didn't stop up. Great base running by the leadoff bat. And a runner in scoring position to start for the Bearcats. Could be just what the doctor ordered for Anderson County. Next bat. Getting fed. The info is Audra Hunter. Hunter's to reach, top of the order. Is back in rotation as Jenna Beasley has entered the on-deck circle. Nicely played that time by Hogan. Just running straight at the runner, keeping the base runner Woolridge put at the second base bag. Nobody out, though, as the Bearcats try to cut into this 2-run deficit. Shows bunt, pulled it back, and it's inside 2-0. Watts had a little bit of trouble with command back in the first. She was able to effectively work out of it. Down in the count 2-0. Oh, right back to Watts. She looks to the second base bag, no one covering. She's going to eat it for just the 1 out. Runner retreats and Woolridge back to the bag as Hunter put down the bunt, but too hard on the contact, and it stayed up in the air enough for Watts to grab it just on the outer edge of that circle. 1 away now. Runner at second, back to the top. It's Jenna Beasley who walked her first time up. Right-hander against right-hander, the 0-0. Inside, 1-0. Walk doesn't necessarily hurt you too much. It does put that double play in order with the Falcons defense, proven they've been able to draw those up on the infield, but still don't want to have that speedy base runner in Beasley aboard at first. As Watts, right, the 1-1 inside, and she gets the swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count. Woolridge at second, 1 down. Bearcats trying to get on the board. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6. Baked up a half dozen of them today has Sydney Watts. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Osborne now going to get her hacks as Lacey Osborne. That gets the swing and a miss. 0-1. Bearcats have been able to apply pressure to Watts with base runners. First time through the order, but Watts and the Falcons have really, I mean, the defense of Fitch has been great this year, but Watts able to just compose herself in those type of situations. It's a team that's outscoring their opponents in the first 6 games, 45-1. The 1-1. Did she go around? The question, I don't believe so. No appeal to be had. Oh, they are going to appeal it to the bases umpire. It's a 2-1 count. No breakage of the wrist, no bat crossing the plate. It's 2-1. The 2-1. And nice pitch. Oh, man, it was running, too, as a breaker, and it just caught that outer edge. 2-2, the pitch. Talked about earlier with Lewis's breakers coming from the left-handed side, from the outside in to the right side of that plate. Watching Watts and that pitch, that running action that it had, going outside to the right-handed hitters. I don't care who you are. I'm glad I don't have to swing at that. Boy, oh boy, just nasty pitches from Watts. And like I said, when you get behind the plate like this, you don't get a great appreciation for it like you do for these cases where you're behind that plate and you can see exactly how that pitch breaks and how quickly it could get on you. The count is full. Heads up for the base runner at second and Woolridge. Osborne is ready at the plate. The payoff swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 as Sydney Watts draws up another one. Lucky number 7 on the day through 3 innings of work. It's Austintown Fitch 2, the Anderson County Bearcats 0. We go to the top of the 4th after this.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life right here where you live.
Reliability, innovation, scale. These three values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the top of the fourth inning, middle of the Falcon order due up. It's Kylie Folkwine, Sammy Severn, and Abby Toth. Folkwine, sharp grounder to third. Nice play by McGregor. That retired Folkwine on the base paths earlier. 0-1 to start to the Fitch freshman. With all the young talent that's been able to produce early on in the season, just so much excitement swirling around this team. Not for just this season, but for seasons to come too, as talent at the younger ages and a lot of talent even below that too when you talk middle school and even into the youth levels too. Girls like Mia Hamley, otherwise known as the Rocket too, that are expected to be up at that Falcon level, and before you know it, it'll be here. As nice hit, Kylie Folkwine, base hit, and she took it to the right side of the second base bag, up the middle, base hit for the Falcons as Folkwine came into today batting .312, going to add to her average. The lucky 7, Sammy Severn, getting her hacks and looking to keep this inning going for the Falcons. Got their leadoff base runner aboard on the hit from Folkwine. First pitch, it's a strike to Severn, 0-1. Lewis, ready, the pitch. Swing and a miss, tipped into the glove rather, and safe the call though down at second as Kylie Folkwine. I don't call her the geologist for nothing. She got acclimated with the earth. That one hitting the ground, sliding into the second base bag. It's a steal, but a count 0-2 now to Severn, and it's going to draw a conversation in the circle by the Bearcats on how they want to play and approach this going forward. Folkwine is at second, Severn at the plate with an 0-2 count to her. And Abby Toth, who has an RBI single in this game, is in the on-deck circle. Infield through with their conversation. They all resume their positions. Severn now. Honestly, if you in Sammy Severn's place, you got to figure words of Coach Ward or get the ball in play any way you can. Grounder here, especially if you can keep it either soft or you could however you can effectively get the ball in play to try to move that runner to third is the ultimate goal here. The 0-2. Tried to get the chase of Severn, but it goes too far outside. She'll lay off of it for a 1-2 count. Starting to warm up a little bit too, and getting to the temperatures you expect when you hear Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Beautiful day though. I mean, blue skies all the way around. And sun now completely shining on the ballpark. Foul ball keeps it at 1-2 as the Falcons look to add to their advantage. Folkwine, the speedy base runner, is at second. You figure you break anything through this infield, it's scoring another run for Fitch. Keep the ball on the ground in the infield, you're likely to get Folkwine to third, and Sammy Severn says, forget all that, I want to run, punches it the opposite way. Right field single, RBI single, Sammy Severn delivers, it's 3-0 Fitch. Falcons now adding runs in each of the last 3 innings after being held scoreless in the first. Abby Toth, you don't want to be a softball that steps in front of her bat as of late. Boy, oh boy. Just hitting the absolute cover off the ball as Toth goes cutting on that first pitch. Missing, it's 0-1. Went up the ladder, and it looked oh so good for Toth. But a couple rungs too high, and it's 0-1. And one grounded third base side. Severn going to get to second on the roller from Toth. One away here in the top of the fourth, but the Falcons get another runner into scoring position with one away. And Tina Montgomery can deliver now for Fitch. Another run. Montgomery batting .273. Stepping into this at bat, or stepping into today, rather. First pitch runs low, 1-0. As we mentioned, other teams down here playing South Range, Canfield, Ursuline, the other softball teams here in Myrtle Beach. Fitch Falcons baseball team also here in the sun for a handful of games. As far as games going on today, as far as teams locally that are playing, South Range is going to be playing Bamberg at 10 a.m. and Canfield, pair of games today as well. And one called strike as Montgomery now has the 2-1 count on her. Lewis looking to bob and weave through this inning. The 2-1. Inside, 3-1. Hitters count for Montgomery. And Sam Severn, another runner with great speed on the base paths. The 3-1. Taking it all the way, and the count will run full. Heads up base running for Severn at second. Maddie Butis awaits in the on-deck circle for Austintown. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Up the ladder went Lewis and got a big second out now here in the top of the fourth. It'll keep it 3-0 Fitch. And Maddie Butis coming up to bat, trying to turn it over to the top. Big at bat coming here for the Falcons. They could turn it to the top of the order while adding another run or base runner. Showing bunt, pulling it back, but a called strike anyway as Butis steps back into the box. The 0-1. Nice pitch. 0-2. Lewis needing one pitch to get out of the inning. The lefty wasting little time. She's ready. The 0-2. Foul, tipping it back to the backstop. We'll do it again. About an hour through game time here. We're here at the top of the fourth inning of this 8 a.m. first pitch between the Anderson County Bearcats and the Austintown Fitch Falcons softball teams. Ball to Butis, 1-2. Falcons scoring their 3 runs. RBI single by Abby Toth. Solo home run by Sydney Watts in the third. and an RBI single by Sammy Severn here in the fourth. Back-to-back balls to Butis, and she runs the count back to even. Twos across the scoreboard. 2-2 count, 2 down, runners at second in this 3-0 game. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Lewis dials up back-to-back Ks to get out of the inning. Falcons add 1 off of Sammy Severn's RBI single to right. It's Austintown Fitch 3, Anderson County 0. We go to the bottom of the fourth and be back with the Bearcat Bats after this.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Fall is in the air. The kids are back to school, crowds are cheering for the home team, and Myers Family Insurance is prepped for another crazy Medicare season. Every year there's changes, some big, some small, so it's important to have a conversation to make sure your plan is going to meet your expectations for the coming year. Give our team a call today to schedule your annual review.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance or visit us on the web. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com.
Back here for the bottom of the fourth inning as the Bearcats looking for some offense as Shelby Lewis, Liliana Mefford, and Ella Baum. The 3 up for Anderson County here in the fourth. That's 3-4-5 in the Bearcat order. Roller from Lewis right back to Watson. She's going to throw a dart to Toth at first. 1 pitch, 1 out, bottom of the fourth. Retiring the 3-hole hitter, it brings up Liliana Mefford. First pitch from Watts takes off on her. McKenna Hogan, a.k.a. Gravity, behind the plate, brings it back down to earth. 1-0 the start as Mefford swings and misses. 1-1. Watts striking out 7 to this point. Fouls that one back to the fencing, 1-2. You gotta figure, there's probably what, a few thousand holes in this fencing. What are the odds? One of these foul tips just come right back to the fence and smash one of these YSN cameras. We always hope. Never really had any of those experiences happen myself, but we've had plenty of stories throughout the Your Sports Network team where there's been camera troubles, there's been cameras falling off of tables. Make it work however you can, obviously. We roll the dice. Thankfully, having someone like Gravity behind the plate, though, does more than bring those rise balls back down to earth. Solely responsible for protecting the YSN camera behind her, too. Count is full. Mefford trying to get a board for the Bearcats here with 1 away. 3-2. Oh, took it right down the middle. Strikeout number 8. Watts challenged her and froze her all the way. 2 away, bottom of the 4th inning. And it brings up the 5-hole hitter, Ella Baum, for the Bearcats. Bearcats have a hit, couple of walks. They've been able to get some base runners aboard, trying to take it to that next step and get some runs. Like we've said, through 6 contests, the Falcons have allowed a single run, and it was to Maggie Haydu of the Menor Cardinals in a solo home run back in Austintown. The 1-0 runs low, 2-0. Coming from Watts. That one fouled back, 2-1. Falcon family, make sure you wish a special happy belated birthday now to Shane Haney. Got surprises from this softball team yesterday for his actual birthday, also celebrating Easter. So Haney got to hang out with the Easter Bunny on his big day. What more can you ask for? 2-1 the count. Baum's going to step out of the box and call time. Watts already in the circle. She was ready. Rides it a bit high, and the hitters count for Baum. If Ella Baum is to reach, Faith McGregor. Awaits in the on-deck circle. The hitters count 3-1 offering to Baum. Swing and a miss. Count runs full. It's a top corner. It's that hole in a lot of right-handed bat swings where if you can get that top corner inside edge of the strike zone, it is so hard to dial it up. You find the hole in most swings for that as just hard timing-wise to get a hold of it. Back-to-back strikeouts. There are 9 now for Watts in this game through 4 innings of work. It's Austintown Fitch 3, Anderson County 0. We go to the 5th.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun, it all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Fall is in the air. The kids are back to school, crowds are cheering for the home team, and Myers Family Insurance is prepped for another crazy Medicare season. Every year there's changes, some big, some small, so it's important to have a conversation to make sure your plan is going to meet your expectations for the coming year. Give our team a call today to schedule your annual
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 5th as Ayla Ray leads it off for the Falcons, right? 0 for 2 on the day. Has made contact both times, but has hit it to outfielders primarily. The 1-0 from Lewis to Ray. Grounder to second, and it took a wicked hop, and Ray's going to get there safely. I don't have my main man, Mr. Bob Gugliotti, flanking me to my right. I know Googs is watching back home. We always thank you for your support, Googs. But I don't have him next to me to ask him exactly what he would rule that. That's a pretty wicked hop that it took, though. I don't know if she brings that back down to earth, but we'll call it an error. We'll call it an error. It could be a error, it could be a base hit, but did hit glove. Ray takes off for second. Call her the ace of bases for no reason. She steals second with the play being stopped and everyone aware. That's when you know you're doing something right, when everyone in the field knows you're a thief and you still get away with it. Runner at second in Ayla Ray, as cutting on and missing is Caitlin Mitchell. That one called for the ball. And ahead in the count now, Mitchell. As the second baseman, Glass, though, on that Ayla Ray hit, it took one wicked hop off the dirt, and second baseman got some leather on it off that wicked hop, but it was unable to corral it, but kept it on the infield nonetheless. Nice swing from Caitlin. Mitchell pops it over the third baseman's head. Ayla Ray going to stay at third. Mitchell to retreat to first. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. And Sydney Watts, 1 for 2 on the day. Big solo shot that occurred back in the third. Hit it to center. And the tree is still crying about the bruise that it got from the Sydney Watts solo shot. Oh, hot smack to the hole. The 5-6 hole on the third base side. Bring home another run. RBI single, Sydney Watts. And the Falcons add another run. 1 run in each of the last 4 innings. And it's 4-0 Fitch. Watts to get pulled as Roby to run for Watts. And McKenna Hogan, we mentioned earlier, an RBI machine as of late for Austintown. And for the Falcons, McKenna Hogan batting .438 on the season, has 4 RBIs, and has managed to come through in these type of situations time and time again. They're asking another time for Hogan to come through with a ball up high. It's 1-0 to start. Roby's at first, Mitchell's at second. Still nobody out here in the 5th. Foul tip back to the fencing, 1-1. Hogan 1 for 2 on the day. Single back in the second. Lewis Mefford get on the same page, the pitch, and went chasing at that one, did Hogan. And she wants that swing back, 1-2. Lewis ready, the 1-2. Up high, 2-2, the count evens. Kylie Folkwine is in the on-deck circle for Austintown. The 2-2. Hogan hits that one out to center, trying to get a read on it. It bounces up against the wall. Off to the races are the Falcons. Hogan going to stop up at second with a double. Mitchell will score. Holding at third is Roby. It's 5-0 Fitch. McKenna Hogan delivers again. An RBI double. And it brings up Kylie Folkwine. Boy, oh boy. And that was a great hit by Hogan. And Beasley looked like she might have had a read on it, but the wind, this atmosphere, ball just kept on carrying, and it carried all the way to the wall, bouncing just before the wall at the 225 sign and straight away dead center. Hogan gets the base runner for her in Rachel Spalding, who now is at second. So Spalding at second, Roby at third, nobody out. Kylie Folkwine tries to ride it down the left field line, but pulls it a bit too much, and it's 0-1. Folkwine 1 for 2 on the day. Lewis getting fed the call. The pitch home. Swing and a miss. 0-2. As Lewis to both McKenna Hogan and Kylie Folkwine, forcing some silly swings from the two hitters. Hogan able to refocus up and deposit it to center. Folkwine won't chase, as tried to go back to the same spot on the freshman, but she holds up on this pitch. And Folkwine takes it the other way, out to right field, as Baum gonna make the catch, throw back to the infield, but tagging and advancing to score is Roby. From second to third goes Spalding. Falcons add another run. It's a 3-spot here in the 5th for Fitch. Trade the out for the run. There's still one away and still an opportunity for the Falcons to score with a productive out. Ashley McLean going to be taking some swings here. As Sammy Severin, the designated player. McLean the flex, so simple switch on that, as McLean's going to get some swings like we said. Chance to bring home a run. McLean has tremendous speed as well on the base paths. McLean ready, Lewis ready, the pitch. Taken for a ball, 1-0 to start. Lays off back-to-back pitches from Lewis, as now McLean gets ahead of the count, 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Abby Toth on the on-deck circle for Austintown. Asking for the call once again from the first base side as Lewis. She's got it. Well, McLean hits it into the left center field gap, and McLean off to the races. She's not even going to stop. All the way to third. Roll and replace. Scoring is Spalding. McLean replaces her at third. Falcons extend their lead. RBI triple for Ashley McLean. The cleaner on the bases. From home to third. In a blink of an eye, and Abby Toth can continue the run-scoring 5th inning that the Falcons have put together. 4 of their 7 coming in this inning. Time is called as Toth steps in. That one fouled off the knob of the bat. As Toth might need to take a few more drama classes to play into the hit by pitch some more too. The stare back from the umpire after the hit off the knob of the bat, you knew. Umpire can effectively hear the sound though as well. The 0-1, and it's 0-2. Good pitch by Lewis getting the outer edge. Toth 1 for 2 on the day, as Lewis about to throw her 90th pitch of the game. Outside it went, 1-2. One, two. Chopper, third base side foul. As Lewis with the call, fed. She's got her pitch from her coach. As Toth again chops at third base side, dug it out of the earth. Runner at third, one out, top of the fifth. Falcons scoring one in the second, one in the third, one in the fourth, and four here in the fifth. And Toth takes all the way, and it's 2-2 the count. Good layoff from Toth. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Lewis has been able to get some chases up and outside. She gets another one for another strikeout, and there's two away. Samantha Hines now going to be batting for Maddie Butis, as Hines, 57, will be stepping into the box for her first plate appearance. Lewis now at 95 pitches, approaching the century mark through 5 innings. Just about of work, 4 2/3 to this point. Lewis to Hines, and Hines grounds it to the first baseman that time, and Hahn, who grabs it, steps on the bag to retire the side. Falcons strike for 4 here in the fifth, now lead at 7-0 with the bottom half of the inning, and Sydney Watts coming back out after this.
How lucky are we to have not one, but 2 18-hole Donald Ross Championship golf courses right here in our backyards. Mill Creek Golf Course was selected by Golf Week as one of America's 30 best municipal courses, continuing to challenge golfers of all levels and featuring golf instruction by PGA professionals, a state-of-the-art practice range, a PGA of America recognized pro shop, kids programs, and a relaxing grill room for a memorable golf experience. For more information or to schedule a tee time, visit millcreekmetroparks.org.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartzel, YSNLive.com, back with all the action of the Austintown Fitch Falcons spring break trip as part of one of 4 softball teams here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That's part of the Grand Strand Softball Classic that they have every year. 3 weeks spanning from beginning of April to the end. Faith McGregor leading things off here in this inning, as McGregor showed off the defense earlier in this game. Sky pops one back and out of play, 1-1. Watts has struck out 8 today. 2-1 the count now. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Watts looking for strikeout number 9 on the day. That one fouled to the Falcons bench on the third base side. Count will stay 2-2. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. In and out of the glove, though, of Hogan. Tossed down to first. And they get the completed out for strikeout number 9. As Hogan completes with a nice throw to first. And Watts gets the first out of the inning. One away. Now going to bring up Matty Hahn. Rolling through the calls. Goes inside and gets the swing and a miss. 0-1 to start. When Watts gets ahead, typically spells trouble for most batters this season. But the command has been a thing of issue earlier in this game, but honestly, since that first inning, Sid's locked in inside that circle and just throwing darts. Only one base runner reaching since that first inning where she walked the first 2 batters of the game. Now she's peppering inside, outside, expanding the zone with swings and misses. Watts is ready, the 1-2. Tried to get the chase on the pitch above the zone. Laying off of it is Hahn to even the count. The 2-2. Watts went low that time. Trying to change the eye level and going from north to south as a pitch above the zone and then brought it below but didn't force a chase with either one. And back ahead in the count now is Hahn. Watts clearing off the landing spot in the circle. The payoff. And up high it goes. It's a walk, third one of the game for Watts. And the first one since the first inning. But more importantly for the Bearcats, they got a base runner. Falcons scored 4 in the top half of this inning. Called strike. 0-1 to start. Back-to-back strike calls. 0-2 now. Inside edge and another strikeout. 10 now for Watts, and there's 2 away here in the 5th. Goes low ball. 1-0 as Audra Hunter up to bat. Two and 0 the count. A 1-out walk by Maddie Hahn has her at first as Audra Hunter, with 2 outs, trying to turn it over to the top. She has a 2-0 count to her here in the bottom of the 5th. Brought it back into the zone, did Watts with the strike call. 2-1. Averaging 2 strikeouts an inning through the first 5 is Sid. The 2-1. That one called for the strike. 2-2. The 2-2. Oh, called strike 3. 11 now for Watts as she strikes out 3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Falcons maintain their 7-0 advantage through 5. We go to the 6th now. Ty Bartel, ysnlive.com. Be back after this.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we are making tax season all about one thing, you. I'm Tracy, and I can make your car buying experience as simple as finding a vehicle you love, getting you approved for financing that works for you, and giving you the customer service you deserve. Purchasing a vehicle doesn't have to be difficult. Find out how easy it can be this tax season at the only dealership that goes the extra mile for you, Greenwood Chevrolet.
#21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 6th inning as we have a pinch hitter for the Austintown Fitch Falcons, Madison Haney. First swinging pitch, and it drops in front of the plate for a foul ball. 0-1 to start. Oh, and 1 to start for Haney. New pitcher also in the circle as Haney hits that one out to right center. That one drops, so Haney gets to first safely. Base hit for Haney. Pitcher coming into the game is Lacey Osborne. as she'll relieve Shelby Lewis, who went 5 innings of work. As Haney does her job, gets aboard. And Maddie Butis, the pinch runner for Haney. Back to the top. And Ayla Ray now up to bat. Switching it from the left side to the right side for pitchers. As Osborne tossing it from the right-handed side, so lefty against righty. So Ray's first matchup against a right-handed pitcher today. 2-0 the count. Finding the zone on the 2-0 offering. 2-1 now the count. Ray takes it the other way, but lines it right to Hunter in left field for the out. Now 1 away here in the 6th. Should bring up Caitlin Mitchell, but we're going to have a pinch hitter rather, as I believe Morgan Roby now going to take some hacks. So Roby will step in. Righty-righty matchup. She'll take all the way. It's a called strike, 0-1 to start. Took something off of that one, did Osborne. Tried to float it in on the inner edge, but laying off of it was Roby to even the count. Now the Falcon bench singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. They've been changing the songs today. I've heard a little bit of Katy Perry. Heard a little bit of just about everything. Katy Perry was the last one. Lady Gaga, another big one we've heard out of that dugout. Now we're taking it really old school. Throw it back to the childhood days, literally. Tried to ride it down the line. It goes foul just at the last second for Roby. Runner at first is Maddie Butis. 1-2 the count at the plate for Roby with 1 down here in the top of the 6th. Fouling that one back and out of play. The 1-2. Up high, 2-2, snap throw to first. Not going to get Butis in time. Who's going to slide in safely to second? The toss went to first, but Butis was already halfway to second by the time it got there. Butis swipes second, runner in scoring position, 1 out now. Roby can bring home the run. The 2-2. Nice base hit, Morgan Roby. Butis flying around third. She's got the green light. The throw tipped off the glove. She is safe. RBI for Morgan Roby. The single. She'll go to second on the throw. And the Falcons up 8-0. Nice job delivering by Morgan Roby. And also, too, with that for Morgan Roby, it's going to be her first hit of her career. So congratulations in order to the freshman. First varsity hit, first varsity RBI, a lot of first happening, and you're doing it in Myrtle Beach of all places. Roby to second, throw to first is going to retire Watts. Roby slides back in safely at third. There's now 2 away as Watts retired. And now I'm going to bring up Lily Stevens. Lily Stevens had her first hit about a week ago. Looking for hit number 2 on the campaign. She's batting .500 out of her 2 plate appearances, 2 at-bats. 1 for 2. It just shows how deep this lineup goes. Freshmen, but all of them capable of delivering in big spots. First pitch from Osborne to Stevens is a strike, and we start off 0-1. Osborne, pitch got out to center field, and Lily Stevens bloops it to center, brings home another run for Austintown as Stevens gets the RBI. And for Stevens' first RBI on her career, so congratulations in order to Lily Stevens as well on her first varsity career RBI. And now the Falcons needing just 1 to win it. Of course, bottom of the 6th still needs to be played, with Fitch being the away team designated for this ball game. But you got that 10-run threshold. That one foul, tipped back. 0-1. Rachel Spalding up to bat now for Fitch. The pitch. Spalding tries to ride it down the third baseline. McGregor was there, but it tips off. It was foul anyway. 0-2 now. That one hit on the infield. McGregor comes in, makes a strong, accurate throw across the diamond to retire Spalding for the 3rd out in the inning. Freshmen coming through, Morgan Roby, Lily Stevens, both getting their first RBIs of their varsity career to make it 9-0 Fitch. We go to the bottom of the 6th and be back after this.
Reliability. Innovation. Scale. These 3 values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that 1 extra step.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins. before a long day has ended or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the 6th inning as the Falcons defense and Watts back out to toss. And first pitch into the dirt. Skipped off the dirt, and McKenna Hogan, catcher for Austintown. Gonna need a moment. He's cold, too. I mean, those ones don't feel good, especially off of bare knuckle. And Watts gonna retie the laces as the home plate umpire. Make sure Hogan's all good to continue. She is, and we're ready. 1-0 the count at the plate. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Jenna Beasley, top of the order. 1, 2, 3 due up in this inning. Watts has struck out 11 through 5. Jabbing at the bunt attempt draws the count to 1-2. The pitch, chopper, third base side, and it goes foul. Fouls that one back to the pole. 0-1. Starting to get a little bit of the timing down of Watts and the speed of the pitches. Our Anderson County getting a ton of foul balls this third trip through the order to start. Watts receiving her call. The 0-1. Mefford takes, count evens. Trying to draw those chases up high. Mefford tried to turn on that one and send it a long way, but pulled it too much for the foul. 1-2.
Crowds are cheering for the home team, and Myers Family Insurance is prepped for another crazy Medicare season. Every year there's changes, some big, some small, so it's important to have a conversation to make sure your plan is going to meet your expectations for the coming year. Give our team a call today to schedule your annual review.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Or visit us on the web. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Top of the 7th inning as the Falcons just looking to get some work into the rest of the squad now at this point, as Fitch put on some big runs in the last 2 innings primarily. 4 spot in that 5th, 2 additional runs in the 6th. As the batter now for the Falcons, and making a substitution is Julia Wildman, as Wildman takes for the strike, takes all the way to run the count full. The payoff, and we'll do it again at 3-2 as Osborne's pitch fouled away. Count will stay. Three and two the count. The payoff. Taking all the way, it's a ball and a walk issued to Wildman, and she'll end up at first. And now taking her first act, it's Laura Landerman in this game, senior for the Falcons. Landerman goes cutting and missing at the first, 0-1. Snap throw to first, and Wildman gets back safely. Landerman will foul that one to the fencing. Count moves to 0-2. Osborne tries to force the chase. Snap throw again to first. But back in safely once again, Wildman. Count 1-2 though at the plate to Landerman. The pitch from Osborne. Left it in the earth, did Landerman, and the count evens. Two and two the count. The pitch. And again the 3-2. Back-to-back batters forcing full counts from Osborne. The payoff. Swing and a miss up the ladder, and getting the strikeout is Osborne. One away now here in the 7th. Tina Montgomery. Wildman is at first. One out. Montgomery swings at that first pitch and gets a base hit for her efforts. Turning and burning, Wildman's going to third. And the throw, not going to beat her there. Taking second on the throw is Montgomery. It's second and third, rather. Just one out for Maddie Butis. First pitch, a ball delivered to Maddie Butis, 1-0. swing and a miss. 1-1 the count, as Osborne has been very effective in that rise ball, getting chases above the zone. One, brought it in, inner third, 1-2. Nice deposit hit, base hit. Maddie Butis delivers an RBI single. That brings home Wildman. Montgomery takes third, and Maddie Butis has to feel good for Butis, getting that RBI single and turning it over to the top of the order. Falcons in double digits scoring now. Ayla Ray takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Ray goes the other way once again, and the personification of hitting it where it's pitched is Ayla Ray and her ball game. She does it once again. RBI single for Ray. Falcons add some more offense. It's 11-0. Caitlin Mitchell up. Mitchell takes for a ball, 1-0. Brought it inside. Mitchell able to get a hold of it, but pulls it foul, 1-1. The 1-1 offering from Osborne. Low and inside, 2-1. Osborne ready, the 2-1 to Mitchell. And Kaylin Mitchell got underneath it, hits it to center, and able to make the play out in center field that time for the Bearcats. Was Beasley for 2 away now here in the 7th. Sydney Watts with runners at first and second. Had a solo shot back in the 3rd. She's 2 for 4 on the day overall. Trying to turn on it, fouling it off instead is Watts, 0-1. The 0-1. Osborne gets the called strike. Inner third, 0-2. The 0-2 from Osborne, swing and a miss, gets the strikeout of Watts, going outside with it, and the Falcons are retired. But not before they score 2 more in the inning, effectively making their lead 11-0. We go to the Bearcats half of the 7th. Falcons looking to put it away after this.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. and unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the 7th inning, Ty Bartell, YSNLive.com, here with the call of all the action between the Austintown Fitch Falcons and the Anderson County Bearcats from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, here in this Grand Strand Classic. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is our site. And Sydney Watts pitching another gem shutout here in the 7th. She has struck out 12 on the day. Goes high and tight with it for a ball. Goes Ella Baum, Faith McGregor, Maddie Hahn for the Bearcats in this half. The 2-1. Low it goes, 3-1. Pardon me, count runs full. Both teams just as confused as we were. Count is full. No, 3-1 now. So the umpire was saying full behind the plate. Goes 3-1 now. We got everything situated. Now it's ball 4. Glitch in the matrix, it seems like, or happened right there. The walk ultimately does get issued. Baum goes to first to lead off the inning. First pitch, a ball. 1-0 to start. McGregor and the Bearcats trying to avoid the shutout, bring home some runs. Got a tall mountain in front of them, but not impossible. 2-0 the count. McGregor takes all the way. It's a called strike. 2-1 now. Watts with the 2-1. Up high, 3-1. Reminiscent of that first inning. A little bit of struggle with commands rearing its ugly head again here in the 7th. for Sydney Watts. Looking to regain her tempo. That one chopped to short. Ayla Ray going to just take the sure out at first. Throws it across for out number 1. Runner moves to second. That's Baum. Now into scoring position for the Bearcats. As Maddie Hahn. Now to step into the box. Watts now over 100 pitches in this inning. Entering this inning now as the last pitch to Baum was pitch number 102. Called for a strike. Falcons needing 2 more to get their first win down here at Myrtle Beach. Start off the week 1-0 and go 7-0 on the season. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back calls for the strike. Up high and laying off is Hahn. 2-2. About to be pitch number 113 for Sydney Watts here in the game. Fouled back, 2-2. Third time through the order. Bearcats doing a good job seeing a lot more pitches. Running things to full counts, count evens, fouling some pitches off. The 2-2. Taken all the way, and now the strikeout counter up to a baker's dozen for Sydney Watts. 13 through 7 innings of work. There's 2 away here in the 7th. Glass now to get her hacks. Maddie Glass, the last hope for the Bearcats, as Anderson County down to their final out. Called strike. As Anderson County down to their final strike now. 0-2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Sydney Watts gets strikeout number 14 to end this game, pitching another shutout. She goes the distance, 7 innings complete, walking 4, allowing a couple of hits, and striking out 14, though, in this 11-0 victory for the Austintown Fitch Falcons. What a game today for Fitch. Starting off their week, offense really blew up in that 5th inning, 4 spot, largest run output from the Falcons today, as they take this one again by a score of 11-0 over Anderson County and the Bearcats from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching this broadcast of YSN Live Softball. To our proud owners, both DJ Oakley and Brian Scott, who are able to bring this game to each and every person unable to make it in attendance today. Our GM Steve Leslie, who with his work with Bob Scene Park Baseball, YSU Football, YSNLive.com, the many hats that Mr. Leslie wears, and we thank him for each and every single one of them. And, of course, we want to remind you that Mr. Leslie's also involved with a new baseball and softball show that happens now every Sunday from 7 to 8, so you could always check out him, Sam Torres, Anthony Hartwig as local baseball and softball experts from the YSN family. Go over and talk about the standout performers of the week and some big games from the previous week. So be sure to check that out again Sundays from 7 to 8 p.m. on the network. And most importantly to all of you who tuned in and helped support these kids, these schools, these communities, you guys are really and truly what YSN Live is all about. And so we thank you. If you were tuning in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, maybe getting your first taste of YSNLive.com, we want to welcome you in. Hope you enjoyed the ride and hope you had a great time. If you're right back home in Austintown supporting your Falcons, we want to thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Austintown Fitch Athletics, but also YSNLive.com, or wherever you may be in the sport of high school softball. This is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good night, everybody.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.